Hello everybody, JGC Anime here, and today we are going to be reviewing the anime of Nekopara. Now when I say the anime, I'm not referring to the one episode OVAs or anything like that. I'm going to be referring to the, I think it's 12 to 13 episode season of the show Nekopara. Now before I try to explain this, I have played the visual novels. I actually love the visual novels. All of them are absolutely amazing. I think every single one from volume 0 all the way to the 4th volume, including the extras and stuff, they're all fantastic. I love them. They're great. It's just an amazing story overall, and I had an amazing time playing. And that's why when I was going to this anime, I was curious to see how they would execute the series. But I have thoughts. But anyway, let's just hop right into this. So yeah, starting with the story summary. There isn't really one. It's just day-to-day life with cat girls, where the sister of the main protagonist from the visual novels and the cat girls are just chilling out. And yeah, that's basically what the whole series is about. There's nothing really that much that happens other than random events for the entire 12-episode anime. So let's go into what I like and dislike about this. Basically everything I just described in the story summary. Yeah, I'll be honest. I really wasn't entertained by this day-to-day life. I think one of the major flaws of this show is that I didn't really find much investment in the characters alone. I found just the cat girls themselves, I found them cute when they interacted with the main protagonist, since he was a sensible character who always seemed to understand the situation and was able to keep calm throughout. But since he's just gone from this show, that's what I dislike most. He's gone from the show. He appears once or twice an episode to say a few lines before just being gone for the rest of the episode. There are times he's not even in the episode, or sometimes in one of the episodes, and that's one of the major flaws that I definitely say I dislike about this show. With the cat girls interacting off one another without the main protagonist there to try to weigh them down and change things around to make it fit into a good storytelling technique, it feels like it's missing some of the charm. It feels like it's just losing a lot of what could have made the story so much fun. Because we have the main girls, Chocola, Vanilla, as well as all of their cat family, and their owner. I think I have it right here, and Shinguru. I don't know if I pronounced that name right, but yeah, all the cat girls, along with her, they're just having their day-to-day life. And overall, I just wasn't having that great of a time, considering each one has some quirk or personality trait that makes them different. Now, I'm not saying those don't work, but as I mentioned before, it's because the main character, Kasho or whatever his name is, was able to balance them out. Because he was the sane one, I just found that it made everything work. However, when you remove him from the equation, I just was so bored. There was this one random episode where the girls were just doing butt sumo. I didn't get it. Why? And nothing really made sense with this anime. I get that was kind of the point, but it just felt like there wasn't anything tying it down. It's like if you took the main character out of Kill la Kill and just made a day-to-day life in that world. Would that be as entertaining? Probably not. It's because there was someone there to try to push against everything and make it so that way it's just fun and entertaining to watch. And that's why the show is just hard for me to get into. I know it seems like I'm going more into spoiler-free thoughts than what I like and dislike, but overall, I just can't think of that much I really liked. I still like the characters a lot. I thought they were all still really funny. However, I felt like something was missing. I just felt like there was something missing from the all-over story that I wished that they took the time and effort to develop. But I guess we're just going to talk about some spoiler-free thoughts now, even though it's kind of like spoiler-free thoughts. I really didn't like a lot of this anime. I found a lot of it to be kind of pointless, and the slice of life stuff didn't really feel like it earned anything, especially since the whole point of Nekopara is that it's day-to-day life in a cat cafe. But because the main character is part of that cat cafe, they just kind of don't even bring up the cat cafe at all. It's barely relevant to the story. Which again takes away from what makes the story so good. There's just a lot of stuff in here that they just throw together for no reason, just because, oh, cat girls, yeah, it'll be funny, haha. Yes, no, it's not funny. I barely laughed throughout this whole anime. if they were trying to make me laugh, they failed. I didn't laugh more than like once or twice in the entire anime. Like, at all. I found more entertainment in the special 45-minute OVA, which was basically just a reimagining or animated cut of the first volume of Nekopara, and I already had way more fun with that than I ever did watching all 12 episodes of this anime. And yeah, that's all I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna enter the spoiler section now, talking about some of the stuff I disliked in a little more detail. Here's a timestamp to when the spoiler section ends. If you have seen the Nekopara TV show, I recommend sticking around to hear what I have to say. But if you haven't watched the show, then you can skip to the end. But without further ado, let's just count up from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So with some spoiler stuff, I just didn't really care about a lot of these characters. There's this one episode where they just tell stories to each other. This may seem like a sudden tangent, but I'm really annoyed how little each episode connected with one another. None of them really made much sense. No drama was added. And again, the main character was barely in it. There was this one episode where it was like a rainstorm where after everything that happened with the, like, everything's going on, everything seems to be going crazy with the rainstorm, they decide, the cats and Shigeru decide that they're going to spend it telling stories to one another. Just average stuff you'd probably see in a slice of life day-to-day stuff, a thing. However, most of it is really dull. None of it's really that funny. None of it's really unique. I don't find myself invested in any of these stories they're telling, and I didn't care. I found their whole connection to be pointless. I didn't really find any entertainment in it. Another thing that really annoyed me about the show was how some of the characters seemed to be completely altered. In the original series, the characters Chocolate and Vanilla are very, very attached to the protagonist. So attached that they wanted to follow him to his new home. And they even say that in the show, that they have an emotional connection to him. He's someone they care about, and they just really want to be around him. And yet this series is now telling you that both these characters don't really care too much. They love being around him, but they can easily just go off and do other things for a while. You know, they can just go out and do many other things. And every time I think maybe the protagonist will finally get an episode dedicated to his character, getting to see his perspective of things, nope, we just cut to another cat girl. Whether it be Maple or Cinnamon or one of the other cat girls, they just cut away to somebody else because we don't need to focus on the protagonist at all. One of the episodes that definitely annoyed me the most with this series was probably the episode where apparently Chocolate and Vanilla or someone had to go get their bells redeemed. Because the bells are a thing in Nekopara where you have to have, the cat girls have to have them in order to clarify that they're trained cat girls. And I, personally, even if it didn't involve the main character, wanted to see that course. I wanted to see that test. I wanted to see how it went down, how it would go. I've been curious about it ever since the series back in visual novel form. I've been very curious. However, nope, we're just gonna skip right past it. You know, if we don't want to focus on them, let's focus on these other characters. Don't give that idea any attention. So basically, any idea that I wanted to see explored that didn't involve the main protagonist was ignored just as much as the ones with the main protagonist. And all in all, I felt like something was really missing from this show. Like, all they thought when they were making it was cat girls in situations equals funny and entertaining. Maybe that's the case for some people, but for me, I found the lack of a lot of things to be ruining the show. Especially with the fact that all the cat girls do have some form of connection, especially in the visual novels, with the protagonist, even if it's a small one, and yet in this one, they act like he's almost non-existent. Even Shigeru, who has a huge brother complex in the series, doesn't seem to care that much. She's kind of there, she's living life. They tease about her being in love with her brother once, and then for the rest of the series, like, I'm not into incest. I find it to be a disgusting topic, and I'm glad that it's very clear that the series doesn't plan to go that route, and I hope that stays the case. But even she, a character who clearly just has way too big of an attachment to her brother, is just like, oh yeah, he's gone, that's cool. Let's go, all right, cat girls, let's go play outside. You know, do butt boxing, do do parkour. Yeah, let's do all of this. Like, so many people in this show felt so out of character. Even the ones that felt like they were in character didn't really fit. Like, they felt like they were just in the background without really much to tell. And overall, it just didn't feel the same. It did not feel the same. And I can't say I like this show at all because I didn't enjoy it in the slightest. There were maybe like 1-2 chuckles at most that were unintentional. They were just complete mistakes and that just made me laugh. But overall, I didn't have a great time. I did not have a great time. And yeah, we're at the conclusion of this video. And my final thoughts, don't really like the show. I'm really not into the Nekopara TV show. I'll stick to playing the visual novels, and overall, I just did not have a great time watching this 12-episode anime, and that's why I have to give Nekopara a 3 out of 10. I didn't really find any entertainment in it. There was nothing that I was really invested in. I couldn't take it seriously, and it wasn't that good to me. I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. But that's all I guess I could really say about Nekopara, the TV show, because it did not stand on its own. I wish I could have loved it and enjoyed it, but I could not. I did not like it, and I just wish that it never existed, and it stuck to a visual novel form. But that's all I can really say now, so thank you all for watching. If you're new to the JGC Anime channel, don't forget to subscribe. I try to upload these whenever I can, like these reviews. And yeah, without further ado, I wish you all a happy day, whatever that term means. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all around. Peace!